Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back from New York City. You're watching WCS America, the finals, the best of 7 between Revival and Hero. I'm Axel Toss, joined by Axlab, having a great time here. Speaking of great times, I think there are a lot of great times happening across the world right now. I know there's STARCRAFTs everywhere going on, and I think we're going to check in with legends in New York City, Mr. Bitter in Rotterdam. Take it away, guys.
Hello, Alex and X. How are you guys?
Wait, are we
on camera right now? Yes, we are on camera. All right, let's go. 1, 2, 3.
I see a girl. I'm impressed. That's good stuff.
That is enthusiasm, man. These guys love their STARCRAFT.
Hey, who are they cheering for? Kevin, who are they cheering for? It's too loud. It's just...
Let's just do that one more time. 1, 2, 3, go!
Wow.
Back to you guys at the desk.
Wow, I'm super jealous. Thanks, guys. Awesome stuff. Legends, of course, of STARCRAFT going on in New York City right now. Everyone there is so passionate for esports and STARCRAFT do, and they're probably like, get back into the game. So I think I'm going to ask the players if they're ready.
Let's see if they're ready.
How awesome was that, man?
That was awesome. You know what?
I want to go over there,
When you
man.
mix bars and STARCRAFT, you just get absolutely amazing. But you know what? STARCRAFT's amazing on its own. You guys there watching from your homes, I'm sure you're having a fun time too. Pour yourself an orange juice if you're underage. And it looks like game number 4 is going to be on Belshir Vestige.
Oh, yes. Yes, indeed. Still got STARCRAFT. Plenty of it coming your way, ladies and gents. Still trying to decide who's going to be the champion of the first ever season of WCS America. Again, first place also takes home $20,000. Second place gets $12,000. Both these players get a nice payday, but only one can be champion. Here we are in game number 4. As you said, the map is Belshir Vestige. In the top left-hand location, I present your Red Protoss player representing Team Liquid, starting out 0-2 in this series, but taking down a convincing game number 3. Representing Team Liquid, he is Hero. Of course, his opponent in the bottom right-hand location of Belshir Vestige. Blue Zerg player from Team Evil Geniuses, currently up 2-1 in this best of 7. He is Revival.
Revival's got to be thinking in the back of his head what trick to pull out of his little bag of tricks. He got through the semifinals using mostly early aggression type play. In the first 2 games against Hero, he was up 2-1. Game 1 off of denial of early aggression, and in Game 2 off of early aggression of his own. Game 3, Hero said, no, sir, I will defend strong, and took control of the game and took the win. And Revival's got to be thinking, okay, should I keep going for these aggressive tactics that I've been going for, or should we try something different?
Oh, able to get that hatchery down without too much trouble, and that was a 15 hatch, Mr. Axlab. And that's actually a pretty big deal, being able to get that down, especially considering the probe was really wanting to deny it. And again, I remember the first 2 games, Revival had to go take that hatchery somewhere else. So Revival going to be happy about that, but Hero going to be responding by not putting down a Forge. This looks to be a Nexus first from him.
Of course, Hero not wanting to take risks when he's down 1-2. If he went for a Forge and a cannon rush, and Revival sends a drone and sees it before it can even get started, all of a sudden it can be stopped. But what he's doing some mind games. He doesn't have the Forge, but he's trying to get Revival to think there might be one, and then Revival would send 3, 4, 5 more drones off the line to block potential spots where cannons could go up. He's not. His Overlord has seen the front.
Cancel should have. Oh, it's going to finish. This is a fake, my friends. There's no cannon rush happening here.
Revival sees the Forge being built.
Yeah.
He's actually... Oh, wait. Oh, this is just because, yeah, I transferred it to the hatchery. Sorry. I was a little confused there for a second. A little bit of an early transfer by a few seconds. I thought, like, did he actually buy the fake even though his Overlord is right on top of the Forge as it was being built?
Yeah.
That would have been a little bit surprising.
Still, like, again, that's a lot of drones not doing anything right now.
Yeah, he lost the good 5 seconds of mining probably. Not the biggest deal.
Right.
He does have the hatchery first, so that's always a nice win for the Zerg player when he can get that up. Probe is inside the Zerg main, trying to tell if there's gas being taken. Of course, if there's gas being taken as a Protoss, you have to be worried. Could there be some type of potential funny business going on early? See no gas, and with Zerglings in hot pursuit, that probe is going to just jet right back to its home base.
Of course, Alinga to try to keep track of every single probe that's on the map. You don't want a probe getting sneaky and trying to put down a pylon somewhere that can come back to haunt you later on. So, you know, the main goal here is not necessarily to kill the probe, just to keep your eye on it, make sure you know exactly where it is. And then once you know that probe is off the map, you can patrol a couple lanes outside your opponent's natural expansion, make sure no additional probes are sent out. But of course, you never know if a probe was sent out a little bit earlier, so you gotta be ever watchful of that.
Poor pylon finally being taken out. Revival, of course, taking his time, taking the pylon out. No need to do super rush on it. Of course, maybe you might supply block your opponent or something like that, but you don't want to take drones off the line to kill a pylon if there's no potential cannons behind it. Just letting the Queen and one of those Zerglings do the work, while the other Zerglings go ahead and take map control, and very importantly, keeping an eye on any other potential probes leaving the base, so the instant he tries to send another probe out, you're right in hot pursuit, making sure no hidden pylons get set up.
Yeah, and if you know there's no probes on the map, it's such a comfortable feeling. You can just drone up all you want. You don't have to worry about 7 zealots randomly marching inside your third base. So, again, such an important part of this early game.
Hero really wants to see if there's a third base from Revival. The probe's mission is successful. Sees a third base.
Yeah.
Gets taken out, but at least it confirmed the existence of that third, so he knows, based on the timing of it, he knows there's no, 2-base tech or 2-base all-in coming at him.
See a Roach Horn here. Is that before layer? Yeah, it is.
It is.
So he's still, I guess, a little bit worried about the early aggression, even though he's scouted all these probes that have been trying to be sent across the map. And Hero's actually going for a Stargate here. So again, more standard play here from Hero. Probably gonna get a Phoenix out, and no reason again not to show it right away. He's been doing that in the past. Try to force his opponent to react by throwing down spore crawlers, and then eventually going to go across the map, try to take down some drones and some queens. But again, a very standard PvZ we're seeing so far, except that Roach Horn. A little bit strange, but nothing too much to worry about.
Yeah, it's interesting. Game 2 and 3, and 4 actually, Hero hasn't been getting the gases at his natural quite as fast as he did that first game. Of course, that first game. Oh, actually, look at this.
Oh my gosh.
Excuse me, 8 roaches in production. Revival. Wow. He's doing the same thing he did game 2 exactly. Stopping at 46 drones, doing a hatchery tech roach speed lean, very aggressive attack.
Hero needs to be able to identify this. At the moment, sending a Zealot to the Watchtower, sending a probe along the left-hand side of the map. 2 Phoenixes still staying on his side of the map. So it's not like he sent his Phoenix across the map to identify what his opponent is doing. Instead, trying to take down these Overlords. However, there's 4 more in production, so I don't think Revival's going to be supply blocked anytime soon as these Overlords continually be added onto the field. Of course, being supply blocked right now would be devastating for Revival, considering he wants to make as many Lings and Roaches as possible right now.
The Zealot manning the Watchtower sees the Roaches coming. How does Hero react? Immediately adding on a second cannon. And notice how... Oh, Phoenix is trying to pick up. Notice how these cannons are a little bit offset from the wall. He doesn't want the cannons to be in range of a Roach attacking over top of his buildings.
Force fields are going to be very important here. You want to protect those buildings, keep them alive as long as possible. Give time for your Void Ray to get on the field. No Mothership Core on the field right now, so he has no ability to lay down a Photon Overcharge. Phoenix is overhead trying to take down these Roaches one at a time, but the Cyber Core getting taken out, which means no more Sentries, no more Stalkers. Another Force field happening. The Void Ray popping out here for Hero. That's going to help a bunch, but does Revival have enough to break through?
Oh, there's one pylon. He's focusing the key pylon. Once that goes down, oh, there's another one to the left side. He's got to kill that one as well, right underneath the Void Ray. The Forge is being focused. Revival trying to break through the wall.
Probe's going to run into the main base. Hero just being really safe at this moment in time, adding on 5 pylons. A little bit of a supply block there, but he's able to fend off that aggression. A good hold from Hero.
A very nice defense from Hero. Revival killed a couple important buildings, but unfortunately, he delayed his tech and a journey to his third base to do so.
Yes, absolutely. Hero's going to be very happy with how this game is going so far. 6 Spore Crawlers in production here from Revival, just now reacting to the Phoenix play. Of course, realizing his opponent would be keeping his Stargate units on his side of the map to defend against the aggression. He can afford to delay those Spine Crawlers. We see, Spore Crawlers I should say, we see 14, 15 drones in production. Hero behind this, taking a third base. So this is going to extend further on. No one is going to die at this moment in time. But, with the tech advantage, it feels like Hero does have a bit of a lead.
He definitely has control of the map with these tech units. One very injured Roach spotting the third base of Hero. Is Revival going to try to attack that immediately? Right now, all he has is a few speedings. Those are heading over to see what they can do, but there are Sentries and Zealots there to defend.
Yep.
Revival getting a ranged weapon upgrade. Building that Hydrodus, then he could look to put on some pressure using Hydrodus to the third base of his opponent.
Still making a lot of drones, up to 81 already, with 5 more in production. Really prioritizing those again and taking that 4th hatchery as well. As you said, +1 missiles on the way. Phoenix is still trying to be annoying. A Void Ray in there as well. Taking out some drones. Not losing any. Great control so far here from Hero. But considering how many drones he has, I don't think Revival's worried too much about 2 or 3 drones.
Not a big deal to him. It's interesting to note he has a lot of drones, but he hasn't continued to tech. After getting Lair, he hasn't gone to Infestation Pit. He hasn't gone to Spire. Just cranking out insane numbers of Hydras, and if a Zerg player does this, expect him to look to try to hit an attack on the Protoss third base, but he won't even have to move out if he wants to fight. Hero's taking the fight right to him, moving out with a Gateway Force along with the Phoenixes and the Void Ray. Can Revival get enough Hydras on the field to deal with this onslaught of heroes?
I feel like he should be able to. He has the drone count, unless he's like...
The Hydras, they might be caught off guard here.
Oh, every Hydra is so important. Revival not being able to identify this. A bunch of Hydras getting taken off guard. That's exactly what Hero needed, and now Revival's going to be in a bit of trouble. 20 Lings on the way, 7 Hydras on the way. +1 missile tax is not yet done. That 4th is going to be canceled. Revival going to be abandoning that, but he knows what's coming. Trying to add on more and more units. The Roachborn just now being finished up. This is a little bit scary, but Hero being delayed a little bit. Going to kill some drones in the top left.
Brave drones there, Sojin into the top left part of the map. Hero's backing up, saying, you know what, 3 base to 3 base.
Yeah.
I saw you're going Hydras. That means I will be more cost efficient against them as long as I have sentries. So I'm just going to back up and try to take the bigger army.
Hydra's coming forward here from Revival. Still a little bit dangerous. A lot of Phoenixes. They could just pick up every Hydra if they wanted to. A lot of force fields here as well, which is instrumental against heavy Hydra play. Some Lings trying to get involved as well, but neither player really wanting to commit to a fight here.
Being a little apprehensive on both sides. Of course, Revival knowing Hero's army is stronger. Hero saying, I have a stronger army now, but if I commit to a fight and a big wave of speedings comes, all of a sudden the entire game could be turned around. Again, no Mothership Core on Hero's side, so no ability to recall.
So Hero hasn't necessarily been able to scout that much. You know, again, he's only had engagement in the middle of the map, so the only scouting intel he has is identifying 4th or lack of a 4th and identifying what his opponent's composition is. Now, we have a bunch of mutas on the way. And Hero is making Colossi. So if Hero knew these mutas were coming, remember, he opened Stargate. He's been making Phoenixes. He'd even be adding on additional Stargates.
Will he spot the mutas now that the Zealot drop takes out the 4th base? The Warp Prison's in the main, warping in more units. This could force Revival to tip his hand if he has to use the mutas to defend against this harassment.
All the mutas are on the left-hand side of the map at this moment in time. Zealot sprinting into the main, trying to track down those drones. Lings and Hydras being sent back to deal with this. Meanwhile, the main force of Hero on the right-hand side, still no Mothership Core in this composition, so it could weirdly be a situation where the mutas can try to take that army off guard, but still a lot of Phoenixes there. So Hero still has no idea this is necessarily happening, but he has to think something is going on.
5 Phoenixes is enough to deal with a small muta force,
Yeah.
but Revival right now 12 mutas, 4 more being added. There are sentries and stalkers to support in a single Colossus. Revival needs time to get more mutas out in the field.
Mothership Core is back, so Hero can feel a little bit more relaxed with this push. He has the ability to back up whenever he wants. Revival still not revealing his mutas, also adding on 4 Corruptors, +1 Flyer about to finish. A Templar Archives on the way as well, and War Prisms being sent out. 2 fakes, there's a real one on the right-hand side as well, and now he's going to identify the muta play. Hero coming forward toward his opponent's 4th base. Revival trying to prepare for this. Hero trying to do a lot of damage. Here come the Lings and the Hydras and the mutas coming straight for this Protoss army, but backing up, not willing to engage just yet.
Hero's really just trying to keep the tension on the left side here, take out the 4th if he can. Meanwhile, Zealots are tearing up the main of Revivals, trying to get Spike Cars up, but Revival's looking to engage the main army of Hero.
He's going for it. The mutas targeting down whatever they can find, but backing up, still not feeling confident about that engagement. Hero is absolutely everywhere, ravaging the main base with Zealots. A lot of Colossi in this composition, Stalkers and Phoenix, able to deal with the mutas so far, but is it going to be enough? Some Corruptors mixed in as well, but Hero up 157 to 139 supply. He has the ability to recall out, but still staying confident. There's the recall, getting out of there, and Hero knows exactly what his opponent is up to. Meanwhile, again, decimating his opponent's main.
These Zealots are just doing an absolute number on the buildings. The Hydra thing goes down. The Lair is being focused behind us, adding 2 more Stargates, resuming Phoenix production, knowing once he kills the Lair, his opponent can't tech switch. There's no ability to add in Infestors. There's no ability to go straight to Hive. He's going to have to rely on Roaches and Mutas. Of course, Phoenixes are great against both those options.
Hero is in complete control of this game. Look at the units lost tab, 16,000 to 7,000. It looks like a game I play when I play terribly with my Baneling against Widowmine control, but no one needs to know about that.
A different match, different players, but Hero able to emulate it, just playing so darn well here, recalling out, preserving his key units, now moving out again. There's another recall on that Mothership if needed, but given his army, he's got the 2 Colossi, he's got several Stalkers, and a good amount of Phoenixes, whereas Revival's force is basically all air. I don't know if he can stop Hero's force.
Yeah, he's heading up the left-hand side of the map. Most of Revival's army is on the right side. And again, as you said, I don't know if he's willing to go for a direct engagement. You could see like a base trade type situation, which is something Hero does not want right now. Hero feels like he's confident right now. He feels like he's ahead. I would expect him to take out that fourth and perhaps recall back to the third base to make sure he protects that. Look at all these cannons there. He does not want that messed with. And now Hero has to make that decision.
Very safe, solid play by Hero. Moving back a little bit to intercept the Zerg force if it continued to go to his third base.
Right.
Meanwhile, harassing his right side base, Revival will clean that up as well as taking out this War Prism. But Hero's main army has now trapped the Zerg army on the right side, and in a straight-up engagement, Hero is going to win that. Revival doesn't want a straight-up engagement.
Revival trying to make this muta composition work. Hero recognizing that, adding on the +1, adding on the fleet beacon. So we're going to see the range upgrade momentarily for those Phoenixes from Hero. Revival still trying to make this work, still restricted to 3 bases. Again, Hero doing a great job being everywhere on the map and just continually denying these additional expansions.
The hatchery on the right side goes down to Hero's force. Phoenix is picking up a couple of those drones. Fleet beacon being added. Remember, Revival is still stuck on being able to only produce Spire units for the most part because of that damage his main took earlier in the set.
A little bit of a skirmish here between Phoenixes and Mutas. The Stalkers confident to blink forward, knowing they have that support from above. Revival spewing a bunch of things, or at least attempting to, into the natural expansion and into the main. Mutas going in that direction as well, but Revival's kind of getting zoned out. The Phoenix is coming forward. Definitely happy to engage at this point. So many Phoenixes on the map. Revival desperately trying to make something happen, but Hero plugging every hole. He's on top of everything.
There's enough Phoenixes. The Corruptors don't scare him. Stalkers come in front of back. Only a few Zerg units left. Revival's entire force is being mopped up here.
GG. Wow. Hero taking game number 4, equalizing the series at 2-2. How more appropriate for the final of this best of 7 of WCS America. Just commanding play throughout from Hero. Like you can't look at the game and say Revival played bad. Hero was just so dominant in that game.
This is the Hero we've seen when he's won DreamHacks, when he's won NASLs. He's here back in that same true form. These last 2 maps against Revival in the WCS America Premier League Finals. He's looking confident and poised. Tying up the series 2-2. Man, I feel like Hero has momentum going forward.
Oh, absolutely. You know, Revival's in a situation where, okay, sure, he was up 2-0, but then Hero is just playing magically, and then now he's just lost 2 in a row. Hero, meanwhile, again, started out 0-2. He's like, okay, let's get ourselves together, winning 2 in a row. This series can still go any direction. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. You're watching the final of WCS America, a best of 7, essentially now turned into a best of